White House and Obama cabinet leaders are in Milwaukee for a Hispanic Community Action Summit that starts this morning. Before heading to that summit at South Division High School, Jose Rico is with us here live on Daybreak. He is director of the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for Hispanics. A bit of a mouthful of a title, but important work that you're doing. Why are you in Milwaukee today?
Sure. 3 years ago, the president made it a priority to go across the country to really identify people that want to be able to work as partners with the government to be able to solve some problems. We had dozens of roundtables here in Wisconsin around education, healthcare, jobs, and the economy to be able to listen to them. And so we're here as part of the next step, which is really working with these leaders, bringing 16 administration officials, and try to identify the areas where we could work together and solve some of these problems.
Reacting to the announcement of this summit, the Republican National Committee's Hispanic secretary put out this statement in part saying, as President Obama watches his support with the Hispanic community shrink, he is trying to win them over using the same failed policies that drove them away. Latinos will not be deceived by Obama's community action summits that do not address his record of broken promises and failed policies that have taken our country in the wrong direction. Your response to that would be?
Well, you know, what we're going to do today is work with the Latino leaders here that really want to address the bread and butter issues. So we have Assistant Secretary Marquez, who's going to talk about the recent mortgage agreements and how it affects families here in Wisconsin. We have people representing the Health and Human Services that talk about how the Affordable Health Care Act is really going to make sure that their kids are insured and we fill the donut hole with the federal programs. And also we have other issues like how the college is going to be more affordable and how the recent regulatory changes that the president made could reduce people's loans by about $200 who have federal student loans. So these are the issues we're talking about, and we know that there's an election happening several months away, but we really want to be able to talk about the issues that families care about now.
You raised the election. Presidential candidate Rick Santorum is also in Milwaukee today, along with Congressman Paul Ryan and Senator Ron Johnson. What do you say to conservatives who take aim at your boss, the president?
Well, I'm not going to address any of those. I think that the president had made it very clear to specifically the Hispanic community. If we want to make sure that we're the #1 educated country in the world, we need to do more to make sure more Hispanics are reaching those goals. If we want to make sure that we reduce the deficit in terms of healthcare costs, we need to make sure that the millions of Hispanics that currently are being covered by the new Affordable Health Care Act receive those benefits. And we want to be able to do anything to prepare our workforce. We know the largest growth in the workforce for the next 30 years is going to be from the Hispanic community. We need to prepare them. So for us, really, we know, and the president has made it very clear, that in order for us to really progress as a country, we need to make sure that Hispanic community is part of that and that we want to contribute to that progress.
Here in Wisconsin, the Hispanic community and immigrant rights groups have been very vocal in opposing a voter ID law. Would you agree with those groups?
Well, what we're going to do today actually is we invited many of those groups to speak to us at the summit. And this summit is open and free to the public. Anybody could come to the summit, and we want to listen to their concerns. Our job as a federal government is to be able to listen to those concerns. This is an issue that's very important to the community, and we want to see how we could work with them.
All right. Jose Rico from the Obama administration, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Good luck at the summit.
Thank you.
And to learn more about the White House Hispanic Community Action Summits, just log on to our website, today's TMJ4.com, and we've put a link up on our site.